Good morning. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to speak with you today. Your meeting in California is just a little bit too far as we're preparing for our annual appropriations hearings. But thank goodness, great technology has given us a practical and cost-effective alternative to get together. I'm Kathy Woteki, USDA's Chief Scientist and Undersecretary for Research, Education, and Economics, which includes the 4 primary USDA agencies concerned with intramural and extramural research, education, extension, and statistics. Among my duties, I set the directions for research in the areas of the biological and physical sciences, our plant and animal breeding and animal health, climate, sustainability, bioenergy, bioproducts, human nutrition, as well as food safety. And cooperative extension is certainly one of the treasures we have in our portfolio. Ever since the Department of Agriculture began getting research results into the hands of those who need them the most, whether they're in the marketplace or through the Extension Service, has been a core guiding principle. In fact, we often hear from other departments and even other governments about what a great resource we have in cooperative extension. They express interest in using extension techniques to extend knowledge to populations that need to learn the latest information and sometimes age-old knowledge as well. I've been working with your leadership to educate more people in state, county, as well as the federal government about the great job you all do to translate our science to the public and to connect people to information and assistance around the clock. As you know, humankind is facing some big challenges, and agriculture and natural resources are at the crossroads of the world's most critical problems. These include establishing sustainable food production, providing clean and abundant water, responding to climate variability, developing renewable energy, improving human health, and strengthening food safety. From fostering continued economic growth to adapting to the effects of climate change and addressing food security, the United States can continue to be a leader in global agriculture. Yet the challenges facing agriculture, natural resources, and conservation are immense and need to be faced with a robust research enterprise and educational programs, including cooperative extension. A little over a year ago, the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, they're usually called PCAST in brief, released a report to the President on agricultural preparedness and the agriculture research enterprise. PCAST challenged us to create a new innovation ecosystem for agriculture that leverages the best from different parts of the broad U.S. science and technology enterprise, focusing public investment on challenges that enhance the public good and are not readily done by the private sector. PCAST calls for a strategic investment that will create the path toward an improved innovation ecosystem for the U.S. heartland, enhancing the economy and harnessing the power of U.S. innovation in science and technology to address this set of great challenges. Our action plan for the mission area and the President's 2015 budget request are REE's means to begin to address these recommendations. This year, when the President's budget was introduced, I was invited to present at a press and stakeholder briefing that was held at the headquarters of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And it was conducted by Dr. John Holdren, the President's science advisor. While our $2 billion plus REE proposal was much smaller than the multi-billion-dollar proposals that were presented by the National Institutes of Health and the National Science Foundation, the importance of our research and education programs is being recognized. Successfully transferring innovation to the public has been and continues to be one of our best arguments for the value of the work that we do, with ag research returning $20 to the economy for every dollar invested. When the 2014 appropriations finally passed earlier this year, NIFA received a total of $1.282 billion including $469 million for extension activities. On top of that, other NIFA competitive programs, like the $316 million Agricultural and Food Research Initiative, are becoming increasingly integrated, and cooperative extension is playing a larger and larger role in these competitive programs. In the President's 2015 budget, we've received good recognition of the need for support for American agricultural research and extension at all levels. The 2015 budget request includes $75 million for implementing one of the main recommendations of the PCAST report. That is the creation of 6 innovation institutes that focus on key challenges facing us at a multi-government, multi-institutional, and multidisciplinary level. PCAST recommended that each institute be funded at a level of $25 million per year for a period of at least 5 years. And President Obama's budget recommended that 3 such institutes be created to perform advanced research on and partnership with the private sector on 3 important priorities. These are pollinator health, combating antimicrobial resistance, and enhancing bioproducts manufacturing development at a regional level. We're excited about the proposals for these 3 institutes, and we're hopeful that Congress will see the merit of these efforts. Creating these institutes will also challenge NIFA to work with other REE agencies, other USDA mission areas, departments in academia, as well as with private entities in new and cooperative ways. Of course, it's now up to the Congress to determine what levels of funding it will enact and what level of support it will give to this innovative new idea for innovation institutes. In February, the Agricultural Act of 2014 passed, what we fondly call the Farm Bill. Mandatory programs were returned, most at about the same levels as the 2008 Farm Bill provided for, with the exception of some of the bioenergy research and development initiative. Many provisions that had been authorized but never funded or implemented were repealed. And NIFA has the lion's share of the new research title provisions that must be implemented. Our advisory committee, the National Agricultural Research, Extension, Education, and Economics Advisory Board, has some new subcommittee activities to provide advice on specialty crops research initiative and also on citrus diseases. And a new provision that's creating a lot of excitement is the Foundation for Food and Agriculture Research that is newly provided for in the Farm Bill. Once the board of directors of this new foundation is in place later this summer, it will receive $200 million in mandatory funding, which it must match dollar for dollar in order to spend that money. The foundation board is charged to work with USDA, but it's not a part of USDA. We hope this foundation will provide new ways of partnering with the private sector, foundations, and non-governmental organizations to enhance agriculture and food research going forward, and that the foundation will be a force for public good for a long time to come. At the intramural as well as extramural programs, USDA is doing research at a very high level of accomplishment. We want to work with Cooperative Extension to be sure that the important developments funded by USDA and conducted at the land-grant universities are effectively translated and reach the appropriate target audiences so that practices and behavior are influenced positively. As we pursue the public-private partnerships presented to us by the Innovation Institutes and the Foundation for Food and Agriculture Research and other initiatives, the importance of Cooperative Extension's role will only continue to increase. As you celebrate the 100th anniversary of Cooperative Extension, I'm pleased that Extension is working to tell its story. Too many people in our country don't realize that you touch their lives every day, either directly or indirectly. And I look forward to future opportunities to meet with you and wish you well at your meetings this week.